the town mouse and the country mouse. Once upon a time, in a quaint little village nestled between rolling hills and vast meadows, lived a contented country mouse named Clementine. She resided in a cozy burrow beneath the roots of a large oak tree, surrounded by the soothing sounds of nature and the gentle rustling of leaves. Clementine cherished the simplicity of her life, where the days were filled with the warmth of the sun and the songs of birds. One fine day, a letter arrived from her cousin, Reginald, who lived in the bustling city. Reginald was a town mouse and had invited Clementine to experience the excitement of urban life. Intrigued by the prospect of something different, Clementine eagerly accepted the invitation, and soon enough, she found herself standing at the entrance of a vast metropolis, greeted by the towering skyscrapers and the hum of city life. Reginald, a sleek and sophisticated mouse, welcomed Clementine with open arms. He lived in a stylish mouse hole within the walls of a grand apartment building. The city mouse was proud of his surroundings and was determined to show Clementine the wonders of his fast-paced lifestyle. "Welcome, dear cousin. Prepare yourself for a life of luxury and excitement," Reginald exclaimed, guiding Clementine through the bustling streets, filled with towering buildings and rushing creatures. Clementine, wide-eyed and amazed, marveled at the grandeur of the city. The streets were alive with a symphony of car horns, footsteps, and the distant hum of machinery. Neon lights adorned the buildings, creating a mesmerizing spectacle that stretched as far as the eye could see. Reginald led Clementine to a lavish mouse restaurant, where they were seated at a tiny table covered in a pristine white tablecloth. Waiter mice scurried around, carrying trays filled with delectable morsels. Clementine couldn't believe the abundance of food before her: cheeses of various kinds, succulent grains, and even a few crumbs of a particularly fancy cracker. "This, my dear cousin, is the epitome of city living. Endless feasts and delightful treats at your fingertips," Reginald declared, savoring a piece of exotic cheese with gusto. Clementine, though appreciative of the abundance, couldn't help but feel overwhelmed by the extravagance. She missed the simplicity of her country life, where meals were shared with the rustling leaves and the company of her fellow country mice. As the night progressed, Reginald took Clementine to a grand theater where mice performers dazzled the audience with their talents. The spectacle was impressive, with acrobatic mice flipping through the air and graceful dancers twirling to enchanting melodies. However, Clementine found herself yearning for the quiet nights under the starlit sky back in her village, where the only performances were the crickets' lullabies. Days turned into nights, and Clementine couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. The city, for all its splendor, lacked the authenticity and tranquility she cherished. Reginald, sensing his cousin's unease, decided to have a heart-to-heart conversation with her. "Clementine, my dear cousin, it seems that the city life might not be to your liking. Is everything all right?" Reginald inquired, concern etched on his face. Clementine sighed. "Reginald, the city is indeed magnificent, and I appreciate your hospitality, but my heart longs for the simplicity of the country. The quiet rustle of leaves, the clear night sky, and the genuine connections with fellow mice, that's where I find true happiness." Reginald nodded understandingly, realizing that each mouse had its own definition of a fulfilled life. With a newfound appreciation for Clementine's perspective, he decided to accompany her back to the countryside. Returning to her cozy burrow beneath the oak tree, Clementine felt a profound sense of relief. The familiar sights and sounds of the countryside welcomed her back with open arms. She and Reginald spent their days exploring the meadows, sharing stories under the shade of the oak tree, and relishing the simple pleasures of life. As the sun set behind the hills, casting a warm glow on the landscape, Clementine and Reginald sat side by side, content in each other's company. The distant chirping of crickets provided the soundtrack to their evening, a melody that spoke to the harmony they had found in the simplicity of the countryside. And so, the town mouse and the country mouse discovered that true happiness wasn't confined to a specific location or lifestyle. It was a personal journey, a realization that the heart finds joy where it feels most at home. And in the end, amidst the vastness of the world, they embraced the beauty of their differences, cherishing the bonds that transcended the boundaries of town and country. Thanks a bunch for sharing this famous children's fable with us. We had a blast, and we hope you did too. Remember to give that like button a friendly tap and hit the subscribe button so you won't miss out on more classical English children's fables and giggles. Can't wait to see you again soon for another round of Storytime fun.